welcome to another video. In today's video, this will be our last video of 2023. Anyways, we have Worlds End Predictions. A lot of matches already announced. We're filming this on Friday, so we don't know any of the rest of the matches, and this might be the final card. Hopefully it is. But yeah, we're going to get straight into things. We have the 20-man Battle Royale for a future AEW TNT Championship match. And we know none of the participants yet, so kind of just a shot in the dark for this one. For me, I'm thinking of people like Konosuke Takeshita. He's not on the card yet.
No, he is on the card.
It
was actually updated. So he is gonna be replacing.
Kyle Fletcher.
Yeah, Kyle
Okay.
Fletcher. That just got updated literally not too long ago.
Okay, yeah, so that's my bad. So maybe Kyle Fletcher is the one who might be in this. Maybe a Hangman on Page is not on this card yet. This, or could be like a Commander, a Penta, Ray Phoenix, somebody of that genre. But yeah, the kind of shot in the dark. What do you think, though?
Yeah, really hard to tell, obviously, without knowing who's gonna be in it. So since it's AEW and they do funny stuff all the time, I'm going to give a funny answer. I'm going to say Goldberg.
Yeah, who knows? Goldberg versus either Adam Copeland or Christian? Who knows? On the other pre-show match, we have Hook taking on Wheeler Yuta in an FTW Rules match for the FTW Champion. And for this one, going Hook. I don't really see not many people winning the belt besides Hook. I feel like it's kind of his thing. Obviously, he's the son of Taz. Taz is the inventor of this belt, so it kind of just makes sense. Maybe Hook or Wheeler gets the win here, but I don't really see it happening.
Yeah, I agree with you. And even if he does win it, I wouldn't expect it to be like a long reign. I'll kind of expect him to get it right back. They're saying that this is their last pay-per-view until Revolution, which is in March, I believe, which we might be there. You don't know. But yeah, I'm just not sure what they're gonna really do with the belt besides just keep it on Hook, because it really I don't even know if it's considered a real belt, since it's like you know, that's how it was in the past. So I'm not even sure how they what's the prestige of it, I guess.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's at the bottom of the barrel probably.
No.
But yeah. Next up, we have the Continental Classic Finals match where we have Eddie Kingston taking on Jon Moxley. Now, this is for the Continental Classic Champion, also the Ring of Honor World Champion, and the New Japan Strong Openweight Champion. Now, this one is probably can be an easy match of the night contender. Could be a dark horse match with some people as well. I'm going to go with Eddie Kingston, though, because Eddie Kingston is somebody who is truly AEW through and through, and so is Moxley. However, Moxley has done damn near everything in this company, and to kind of speed run everything in 2 to 3 years, I just don't, or 3 to 4 years isn't, I think, what they should be doing. If they do, fair enough, I guess. He still has like the TNT champion to win, but I just don't think Moxley needs this. I think Kingston maybe does. Like, obviously, he is the champion. He is holding 2 of the champions on the line in this match, so I'm with Eddie.
Yeah, I think that's a safe guess as well, and I agree that this could be a match of the night. I recently seen it was like a backstage promo he did. I'm not really sure if it was on TV or not on TV, but he was basically saying how him and Jon Moxley are gonna put on an incredible show, and it's gonna be a really big match, and they plan on basically stealing the show, is what he was saying. So yeah, I think this could, like you said, be like a dark horse match. And yeah, I'm expecting a lot based on what Eddie Kingston said.
Yep, and then we have an 8-man tag all-star match, which is basically everybody from the Continental Classic who is not in the finals. We have Claudio and Bryan Danielson teaming up with Mark Briscoe and Daniel Garcia, and they're taking on Brody King, Jay White, Jay Lethal, and Roosh. Who do you have for this one?
I think I'm gonna go team Brody King, Jay White, Jay Lethal, and Roosh. Just cause I'm turned into a Jay White fan recently, and I want to see him start getting some wins up.
Yeah, for this one, to me, it's one side's more stacked than the other, and I do think the Blackpool Combat Club side is, with Claudio, Danielson, Briscoe, and Garcia. I think they're going to try to play into the story of Daniel Garcia maybe finally joining into the BCC. That was teased a year ago now, I think, when Garcia was kind of making a bigger name for himself and kind of climbing the ranks. But yeah, I think Garcia probably plays into that professional wrestler role again, which is what he did with Danielson all that time ago. But yeah, this should be a fun match, really good one as well.
Yeah.
And the next match, we have the AEW TBS Championship on the line, where we have Julia Hart defending it against Abaddon. And who do you have for this one?
I'm gonna go with Julia Hart, just because Abaddon kind of just came out. I don't really see her winning a belt that quickly, although she does seem like I guess like a dominant force kind of that they're kind of building up in the women's division. They're building her up as like a Rhea Ripley, I guess you could say, like dominating people in like a weird way. But yeah, I don't see her losing. A lot of people like her being a champion, including myself. She just got it not too long ago, and I think she, deserves a little bit longer of a run at least. She improved. She's probably one of the most improved people of the year. I believe she was on our list, or at least like a candidate or something. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Julia Hart.
Yeah, I'm also going Julia Hart. I think there's a bigger story to be told here. Obviously, we kind of officially seen the alliance between Julia and Sky Blue. They attacked Chris Statlander after their after Sky Blue and Chris Statlander's match. Willow made the save. Willow did make the save, and then Abaddon came out after. But yeah, I think there's a bigger story to tell, and I don't think Abaddon is gonna be there regularly. She took a lot of time. She was signed with the company, but never showed up for a long time, and then is now back with the company. I don't know how long she's gonna be with them on TV wise. But yeah, I just don't see Julia Hart losing it this early, and it'd be a kind of a weird thing to see. But next up, to one women's championship match to the other, we have the AEW Women's World Championship on the line. We have Timeless Toni Storm taking on Rio. And who do you have for this one?
I'm gonna do the same thing as I said for the Julia Hart match. Basically, Toni Storm just recently got the belt. Don't want to see her lose it. One of my favorites. Literally everything I just said about the previous one. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Toni Storm.
Yeah, for this one, I'm kind of torn because I think Rio is a real contender. I think she could be a threat. However, similar to what I said as well, there's more to the story of Timeless Toni Storm holding this belt. I think the likes of Mariah May could be a potential candidate to be the person to dethrone her. Someone like Jamie Hayter, who hopefully when she does come back from injury, she can be a contender.
Just recently we've seen Ruby Soho and Saraya all linked back up together again. So potentially Ruby gets back in the picture, or maybe even Saraya, I guess. Yeah,
Thunder Rosa as well, finally returning as well after being healthy again and ready to return, but whatever that situation was. But I'm gonna go Timeless Toni Storm. Just makes sense in my books.
Yeah.
Next up, we have another 8-man tag match where we have Ricky Starks, Big Bill, Konosuke Takeshita, and Powerhouse Hobbs taking on Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, Sting, and Darby Allin. Now, I'll be honest with you, the build to this match and the way this match has formed, I absolutely hate it. In my eyes, it doesn't make sense at all. Last time I remember, Sammy turned on Jericho and he was kind of distanced himself from Jericho, and then now he's back after he had a baby, but Darby and Sammy have issues from the past, and Jericho and Sting have issues from the past, so it doesn't make sense. And I'm gonna go with the heels and Ricky Starks and Big Bill and the Don Callis family. I don't know. It's just like a really shit match in my opinion. Obviously, this match was supposed to be Ricky Starks, Big Bill versus Jericho and Omega. However, Omega was sadly injured and is going to be out for probably a long time, sadly, which is really sad to see.
So we just added another tag match inside of the tag match, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the kind of like the, I guess like the AEW thing. Like right before the pay-per-view, they seem to throw together like 2 or 3 matches, just kind of out of nowhere. They'll build it up in that one night. But yeah, kind of, I guess I'm getting kind of used to it now, so I'm not very surprised. Still can be good though. I mean, there's still really good people in the match, so I wouldn't, put too much on it, talk too much shit, I guess, because it still could be really good. But I'm gonna still go with the baby faces. With that being said, just because I mean, Darby Allin, this thing, they seem to be like the hot topic right now, the big thing. Everyone's talking about Sting right now, and how is he gonna retire? Is Goldberg gonna come? He's just did like an interview saying he tried to do it, but he got denied or something, basically. So I'm really curious of what they're gonna do with Sting from now up until Revolution. So yeah, I'm gonna just go with Sting just to build him up more, I guess.
Yeah. And for our next match, we have Miro versus Andrade El Idolo. I'll be honest, the storyline could care less about. Don't care for it at all. They started it as the Continental Classic was starting, and Miro kind of said, "I'll let you finish this tournament, but after it's done, I'm coming right after you." And I don't know. I just don't care for it. I can't care. However, the 2 men in this match, I am really interested to see what they can do in the ring, because this is my actual dark horse match of the night. I think both these men can put on an absolute banger of a match if they want to actually put on a banger of a match, and I hope they do. But for this one, I am going to go Miro. I don't know how the storyline progresses if Miro wins or if Andrade wins, but for me, I just think Miro's going to win this match.
Yeah, for me, I think I'm going to go with Andrade. Recently I did see something like a rumor, I guess, about him potentially returning to WWE, but that's kind of just a random one I'm just throwing out there, just seen that. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Andrade. Like you said, they're both really good. Andrade could put on the show at any time, and Miro, I mean, we've seen enough of him throughout the years to know what he could do. He's really good, even just everywhere on the mic as well, and just everything. Funny guy. So yeah, I wouldn't put it past Miro winning for sure, but I think more so I'd rather see Miro in the picture for one of the belts. Not sure which one, but just put him in the story for a belt is what I would like to see.
Yep. And next up we have Swerve Strickland taking on Keith Lee. This is kind of finally they're going to do a story on between Keith Lee and Swerve. They started it and then stopped it, and then Swerve has went on a huge push and going to the top of the AEW roster basically, while Keith Lee has slowly sunken down. I don't know if Keith Lee is still the champion in Ring of Honor. No, he never won it because I forgot Samoa Joe beat him and then he relinquished the champion, so never mind. But anyway, yeah, I kind of just don't see Swerve losing right now, especially with Keith Lee. I think at least this will be probably a multi-match series between them. I think Swerve at least gets the first one, and maybe Keith Lee picks it up. But I do think Swerve does it.
Yeah, I would agree. I just don't see Swerve losing, like you said. He's just on top of the world. He's literally probably one of the most over people in AEW right now. Top 3 or 5, depending on how you look at it. But yeah, just really impressed with him, and I'm going to be curious to see what he could do with Keith Lee, because this was, like you said, hyped up before, and now it's actually going to the ring, so we'll see.
Yeah, and for our penultimate match, we have Christian Cage taking on Adam Copeland in a no disqualification match for the TNT champion. Now, who do you have for this one?
So for me, this is a full crazy prediction. So this is my theory. I think Edge wins. And I think he stays, obviously, face for a while. Him and Darby, Sting, maybe they continue doing a few matches or something. But I think near Revolution, or maybe at Revolution, I think Darby will turn heel, and he'll take the title from Edge eventually, and then retire Sting at Revolution. Because I do think that will be the match, is Darby versus Sting. That's the match I hope to see happen at least. I think it would be a cool moment to see. But I think that'd be cool also to see Darby Allin have a heel turn. But no telling what he could do as that. Like, I could definitely see his character doing that, like portraying a character like that. And yeah, I think Edge would be like a cool middle ground person to hold the belt, to lose the belt to Darby, someone who would probably want to put over anyway.
Yeah. The only problem I have with that is just I think it's gonna be really hard to have Darby be a heel. Yeah. Obviously, if MJF can do it, maybe Darby can do it. But I don't know. It's just weird to see Darby as a heel. But for this one, I'm gonna go with Adam Copeland just because it makes sense, I guess. I don't know. Like, Christian has held it for a long time. And he's done very well with it, keeping people kind of caring about the championship. I don't think people really care about it too much. It's mainly about Christian himself. That's kind of just the side piece is the champion. But I think it's Adam Copeland's time to finally get gold in AEW. We kind of thought he would get it sooner, but they wanted to wait a few months. That's fine. Which I'm expecting a lot from this match. I think they're both going to go at it. Obviously, it's no DQ, so they have a lot of room to work with. They have a lot of creativity they can have in this match. Just hope age doesn't play a factor in this match. But going into our last match, the main event, we have MJF taking on Samoa Joe for the AEW World Championship. Now, we obviously have the Devil storyline going through this. Obviously, at this past Dynamite, we kind of seen that Samoa Joe has partnered with the Devil and the henchman of the Devil. How would this affect the match? I don't know. What do you think is going to happen tonight on that night?
Yeah, really hard to tell. I was really hoping to get a Devil reveal before tonight to where we could potentially look forward to this match knowing who the Devil is, I guess, since this is a title match after all. And he also did just lose the tag titles to the henchman, so still curious about who that is as well. So there's just a lot of like moving pieces going into the story right now. Like, is it Adam Cole? But Adam Cole's hurt. There's just literally so many people. People are saying Brett Baker. People are like literally anyone you could think of has been named as a potential Devil at this point. People are still saying CM Punk could be the Devil. It's just crazy. But yeah, I am really excited to see the reveal. However, I don't know if we will get it. But I'm going to go Samoa Joe, and I think the Devil will kind of help him do that, because I doubt that he paid Samoa Joe or whatever he did for Samoa Joe just to not help him during the actual, title match. So it wouldn't really make sense for me to, not get the Devil helping Samoa Joe again.
Yeah. One way, this is not my theory at all, but I kind of just thought about it because I think it could make sense just because of the name The Devil. Samoa Joe and Finn Balor used to be a tag team in NXT. The Demon Finn Balor, the Devil Finn Balor, or the Devil Prince Devitt. Who knows? That's just my mini theory. But my actual theory for the Devil storyline, I don't know how many henchmen there is, so it's kind of hard to tell. We know there is obviously just one Devil. I do think it's going to be Adam Cole. I do think that's going to be the case. Some of the henchmen I think are going to be Kyle O'Reilly, who we haven't seen in over a year, maybe even 2 at this point. I can't remember, to be honest. I think Bobby Fish could be another henchman. Also, the Kingdom with like Roderick Strong and that group. Those can be the henchmen, but I do think Adam Cole could be it, and I just think you're going to get a revamped version of Undisputed Era. I think this would be really cool to see. But for this match, I am also going to go with Samoa Joe because I think they really want to play into the biggest signing of 2024 and have MJF be gone after this match for maybe a few months, and just to let him be for a little while, not talk about him, not mention him, maybe make some posts here and there. But I think they want to play into that. He wants to play into that, even though most people already kind of assume, and it just seems that he is already signed with AEW. But yeah, we'll see what the bidding war 2024 sees. That's how I just think it's going to play out. But yeah, pretty excited for the matches. A lot of great matches possible. The storylines, again, it just seems a common occurrence with AEW pay-per-views is just the builds aren't the greatest, but at the end of the night, you're amazed by how many great matches there are and how many great moments there are. So I never doubt an AEW pay-per-view. But yeah, what match are you most excited for on the night?
I think I'm most excited for the Adam Copeland versus Christian, just because think that they're gonna try to put on a really big show.
Yeah.
Edge still hasn't had a really good crazy match yet in AEW, and I do expect at least one out of him. And I think he also wants that for himself, obviously. So I do expect this to potentially be the night, since this is potentially the end of their feud. Potentially.
Yeah, I'm interested as well because assuming that Nick Wayne, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne's mom gets involved in this match, I wonder who comes out to save Edge or Adam Copeland, because obviously Darby and Sting are going to be, assuming, had the match earlier before the TNT match. So I'm kind of interested in who might save him. Maybe it's somebody returning. I kind of don't see that, but Who knows? Maybe a Beth Phoenix is the one to save. I think that could be really cool. I think that was one that's been rumored for a little bit now since there's just been like a woman involved in the storyline with Nick Wayne's mother, so maybe that could be it. But yeah, I think the most match I'm excited for it's probably going to be the Continental Classic match. I just think there's a lot of story between those two, and they love pro wrestling, and whenever they go against each other, it's usually pretty good. I think I'm really just nervous about the Devil storyline because I think they've backed themselves into a real corner. Because it's somebody like Jungle Boy. Jesus Christ, I do not want to see Twitter. That's going to be a shit show. Any other ideas who you think could be the Devil?
Not really. I mean, at this point, I just want to see who it is.
Yeah, I think hopefully they show it at the night. I kind of think they almost have to, just because I think Tony Khan on like the press or the like media call or whatever, he did say that you'll either know or you'll basically know who it will be, which I'm excited for, nervous for, but we will see tomorrow night or probably tonight, the day this video goes up. But yeah, let us know your predictions down in the comments below. Let us know what you are feeling about this pay-per-view, and yeah, we will catch you guys tomorrow with results. Later.